Yo, what's up? My name is Cedric Joe. Welcome to Space Jam: A New Legacy Film School. For Space Jam, the filmmakers and the artists had the huge challenge of building multiple worlds. There was the real world, and there was the Serververse, which had so many little worlds inside of it. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who had to keep everything straight.
See? Nothing to be afraid of.
You remember that my character Dom was a really good coder, and he created the game that got Algie's attention. Making that game is sort of like what the VFX and special effects artists did to make the movie. In the second period of our film school, you'll go behind the curtain to find out how all these cool effects were created and get some tips from our artists and producers about how to make your movie look amazing.
I think the visual effects that we have throughout the film are going to be the greatest thing about the whole movie.
We've assembled such a tremendous team because it's incredibly complex. Got great animators there to say, well, okay, you gotta frame the shot like this.
If you're looking through a script and you see, Bugs Bunny runs across the screen, I might talk to Malcolm and say, in order to stage this, maybe we can shoot it on a green screen set with LeBron in the foreground, and we can do a traveling eye line across the screen, and we can visualize that in real time on the screen so that he can kind of see it. And then we all kind of settle on that, and then that's how we would execute it.
Trying to make it come to life.
After we shoot the movie, then the real work starts, right? That's post-production. So everything that we've acquired on set goes to Industrial Light and Magic, and I work with this great team of artists, and each of them are kind of specialists in their own job.
We try and seamlessly blend what was shot by the DOP and what the animators have created, and then put them all in the same frame, because now we need to make it look like the whole thing was shot together.
You have modelers.
Anything basically you cannot do by hand. We model creatures, we animate them.
And then you have a texture artist who starts working on colors and textures for that model.
We have all these textures and layers and artistic complexity. We really wanted to make it feel as handcrafted as possible.
And then you have a groomer.
We define where the hair is, how long it is, curly, straight, matted, wet, how it moves.
So when Gossamer is running down the court, you have to simulate the wind, and you could see all of that kind of fur kind of bounce around.
It's a great collaboration with different departments across studios.
We had people in London, Vancouver, San Francisco, and Singapore, so it needed to look cohesive throughout with people working across those 3 different time zones.
Again, it was collaboration between all of those departments. Everybody making everybody else's work look good.
You have the hand-drawn and the 2D, and then you also have complete CGI.
There's a part in the movie where all of our great tunes get upgraded and become 3D.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, not do that.
All of a sudden, Bugs and Lola have fur.
Lola!
What in the world?
Bugs puts out his hand, and you see this kind of ring, and as it travels up his arm, the camera's kind of following it, and you're actually watching the little hairs grow on his arm as he transforms.
While you're used to seeing these characters in 2 dimensions, you don't know what they look like from all angles.
Hey, what up, Bugs?
Watch the hair!
You get to see the top of Bugs Bunny's head, and we still had to make it look right.
Give me that ball!
Back off, Rabbit.
For the Goon Squad, we were fortunate enough to get WNBA and NBA players into the movie.
We've also done some really great cutting-edge work on making lifelike movements, really getting down to the science of how some of the greatest players on the planet, what are their signature moves, and translating that to 3D photoreal animated characters.
How'd that taste, King?
Dang, they do to my boy AD.
Flyest guy on the squad.
We built a huge court and surrounded it by green screen that we could then turn into Toon World. But we also kind of encaged it in a massive mocap volume. It had over 100 cameras in it, so all of the action that took place on that court, we were also capturing the motion of all of those characters, all of those performers as well. We needed a lot of cameras to kind of capture this motion. And when we built our mocap volume, it had to be quite large, because Anthony Davis is 6'10". All of a sudden, our mocap truss had to conform to that. And it allowed us to kind of capture all of their moves and allowed us to carry that into post.
I get to dunk on LeBron.
What?
In this movie, we got to kind of create Toon World.
We had to create every inch of this incredible world. Inches upon inches of just insane, eye-popping visuals.
And this opened the door to a lot of really great gags. We got to take Bugs's forest, Granny's little house in the city, Wile E. Coyote's, desert, and realize it, turn it into something 3D and light it and make it feel kind of real and kind of lived in.
Dom and LeBron get scanned into the Warner Brothers server where they meet several different IP characters from films that you all know and love.
It's all these different universes coming together.
Each movie kind of becomes its own planet in a way. So we have kind of the classic planet, Game of Thrones planet, the Matrix planet. There's Casablanca.
To be a part of Casablanca, to be a part of the Matrix. I'm a huge Batman guy. Seeing the Penguin, seeing Mr. Freeze, it's been out of control in a good way.
How cool was that?